welcome to another episode of the Impactful Introvert Podcast. This is the third episode in the series of how to sign a client, like how to implement a marketing strategy that is very personalized to your personality and your lifestyle. So, the past 2 weeks, I have talked about what it takes to implement a marketing strategy. What does the marketing strategy need as foundations? That is what we've been talking about. You have done an audit of how your current actions are working. Like the answer to I'm doing everything and I'm still not signing clients is in episode 27. Uh, so go listen to that if you're feeling that agitation and frustration. And the next episode, episode 29, was all about what the foundations look like. The biggest thing that I talked about was the difference between marketing and sales. Marketing is not sales, and sales is not marketing. And the messaging that you may have been exposed to so far is of where one piece of content does marketing and sales and everything in between for you. If possible, it could do delivery also. Like the messaging can be confusing. It's not intentional. It's not designed to keep you confused or make you confused. It is designed to reach the person, and if it is causing confusion in you, you're not the right person who the message is for. That is what messaging is all about. So that was the most basic thing that we talked about in episode 29. And today I am going to talk about um, why you're going to do something. Okay, so let's get into it. See, before you decide on these are the actions, like I have to be on social media, I have to post content 5 times a day, and I have to be on 25 podcasts in the next quarter. Like all of those are great and not doable for most introverts. But if you still could manage to do it, if you said, I'm willing to do anything it takes, it's still not the best place to start, even though it seems like it will get you to your goal. It's still not the best place to start. But when I say best place to start, what I'm talking about, yes, I am releasing this in a weekly format where I am giving you bite sized actions that'll take you about 30 minutes to get done. My intention is not that don't take action till my series come to an end, but be aware. Like whatever you're trying to do, go ahead, keep doing. Listen to this podcast and do a little bit of an assessment. It doesn't take more than 10 or 15 minutes of your time to do the assessment, to analyze whatever I've said and apply it to your business. So far, we are just talking um, foundations and strategizing. There is no plan involved, so it will not take you more than the time that you listen to this episode in all. So, I want you to stop thinking just about what needs to be done. Give me the action steps and think about why are you doing this. That is all that I am going to talk about in this episode. So, before you decide on what needs done, let's figure out why we will do whatever action, whatever strategy step that you decide you need to do. All right. So you assess why you're doing it, and then that is what makes it easy for you to figure out if it fits your personality and if it fits your lifestyle. See, when I do this with my clients, it is not a step by step flow chart where you're going through if yes, this, if no, this, if maybe this, and all of that. That feels quite overwhelming when you're doing it by yourself. So, when I do this with my clients, it's a simple conversation. It's an easy thing for me to look at their responses and then steer them. Okay, she said yes, so let's understand what the options are for that. If she said no, what are the options for that? So it's just a conversation. It feels like a conversation. If it feels effortless for my clients. But if you're doing it on your own, if you're trying to get everything through this podcast series and do it on your own, I want you to understand that you may need to give some grace and some time to make it all fit in your mind. Like, I don't know, I'm a visual person. If you two are, then seeing the things in your mind's eye and then figuring out if it fits the design or not, it may take some more effort and time. So it's very easy when someone else is doing it. It's very easy for you to look at somebody else's business and instantly say what needs changing. Like, at least that's what I have experienced. So when trying to do it for myself, it is quite hard, especially when there is a beautiful idea that my brain has hooked onto, and it cannot stop thinking about how amazing it can be, like all of the extent that I can think about it. So having some other person who is not so, like, who is not your own brain, who is not in your own brain, and who is not so attached to the business makes it easy for them to see and bring you back into um, what's really enjoyable, doable, possible right now, and applicable for your business currently. So understand that I am saying this is supposed to be simple, take less time, but it may not necessarily be for you, and that is completely okay. You can still do it, or by all means, send me a message on Instagram. I am very excited about talking business with anybody who wants to. It just lights me up. So let's have a back and forth. Talk to me about what you're thinking. Talk to me about what is feeling uh, like a good idea, but isn't the kind of thing that you are feeling excited about. It's not even necessarily fear. Sometimes we know something is good for us and we still have this feeling of what if. Let's have a conversation about that. There is absolutely no need for you to do this all by yourself. If you do not have business friends, please reach out to me. I am always happy to have a conversation. So let's talk about the steps that you need to take, that is marketing and sales. So, what does marketing look like? There are two steps in marketing in itself. First is getting visible, getting people to know you exist, to know what you do, to understand that you're there, you're an open business, all of that. All of that is the get visible part. There's a smaller step here, which is actually very important. That is to attract your ideal client. So, getting noticed, yes, amazing. Being viral does that. However, it doesn't necessarily get you noticed by your ideal clients. Like, that is taken care of by the message, the way you put out your message. So, all of that is again, get visible, get known, and attract your ideal clients' attention. Let them, like, invite them to get into your world, whatever your strategy is, whatever your world looks like. You may have no idea what that looks like, but understand that you need to take the step of getting known and getting the attention of your ideal clients, and then inviting them to a place where you can nurture them. That's the second part of your marketing. You nurture, by nurture, what I mean is stay top of mind, help them in any way you can through your content, because they need to see, they need to, like, okay, let's just think about it like this. You want you want a new outfit for a girls get together. You're planning a 2-day vacation and you want a outfit for that one dinner that you're going. It is like that dress is not going to be chosen without you trying out at least a few outfits, at least in one store or scrolling all night or maybe multiple nights on online shopping portals. It's the same experience that anybody who wants to hire you for your service wants. So your content does that. It's the scrolling of the content. What is she saying? How is she saying it? How much am I connecting with it? And all of that is happening less on a logical level and more on a subconscious, emotional level. So your content does that. There are two aspects of your marketing. One is to get visible and attract your ideal client's attention, and the other is to nurture and keep that attention on you. It is not manipulative if that is what you're feeling based on the words that I'm using. It is very simple way of understanding what you're going to do. Now, content is the easiest way to do this. Content on social media. When I say content is the easiest way to do this, content on social media is the easiest way to do this, um, with the least amount of uh, okay, time I will not comment about because it takes me time. And I've heard many people say it takes them very little time to post content, but writing takes me a lot of time, more than like podcasts or videos. Like I can speak and I can go off in multiple directions, and yet I can still speak my mind and get my point across. But when it's time to write, I feel quite stressed because, again, my mind goes in so many directions, and I want to put these disclaimers or caveats and all of that. And in writing, it doesn't come across as, it doesn't look clean. It doesn't look um, cohesive. So writing is time consuming for me. But yeah, you pick your way. How are you going to get their attention? Will you do this by hosting networking events or by participating in networking events or by speaking on podcasts or just posting content on your social platform, whichever your platform you've chosen, or multiple platforms? Preferably one. I don't want you to, like, if it is not working out effortlessly on one platform, I don't want you to add the other one. With time, it will become effortless on one, and then you can stack the next. that I know the TikTok ban and all of that has people in this frenzy of you can no longer afford to be on one platform, and that is correct to an extent. That doesn't mean you should be on multiple platforms if just one is draining the life out of you. It makes zero sense. So, not every message or not every recommendation, not every advice is specifically designed for you. So, discern what is the right message for you. So, here's what marketing does: get visible and nurture the people in your world. My podcast is mainly designed to nurture. Get to know me, get to know what kind of a person I am, get to know how I communicate, get to know how I share things, what's my message, how am I sharing my message, how am I making you feel by the way I talk, by the by my sound, how I sound, by how I'm conveying whatever I want to convey. Once you have the attract and nurture aspect figured out, like when you know what you're doing, and then you think about, do I want to do this on this platform? Makes a lot more sense. Like, you don't necessarily have to be on Instagram and LinkedIn and Facebook and Threads and Blue Sky, and if something else is coming up, you can stick to just one or two. And you know that, uh, like when I'm on Instagram, I am here because I want to get noticed, and that is why I need to take advantage of all the new things that come up, whether it's reels, whether it's trial reels, and whatever not that comes up that Instagram wants you to use. That's mainly going to help you um, get visible and get the attention. Your messaging is going to get the attention of your ideal clients and then make them curious. Should they follow you? Should they come back and check you? A little bit of interaction is also great because then the algorithm shows your content more and more. So, understand how you want to get visible, attract, and how you want to nurture. When you think about nurturing, if you want to do it right there in the same social platform, awesome. If you want to do it like, go comment in the 3 or 5 Facebook groups and then invite everybody to your Facebook group. That is where you nurture. That is where you go live. That is where you host events. That is where you talk about your offers and all of the things. So there, the 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 tool doesn't matter as much as why you're doing it, and then it becomes easier to figure out what aspect of the tool are the ones that you need to use. Stories are a great place to nurture in a very casual way. But stories can feel so overwhelming. It does feel overwhelming for me. It's not an easy thing to get on in terms of stories. I could create carousels and reels, but I struggle with stories because it feels like people are sharing too many personal things, and I don't want to share a lot of personal things. I don't really understand. Like, how can you decide? Like, what's my meal? Or did I do a kid's drop off? Or am I recording a podcast and I should? Oh God, it feels so overwhelming. As you can see, this is what happens as soon as I think about stories, and I don't want to do it. But go with what works for you. Understand how you're going to use the tool and what aspects are being used for what outcome. And once you understand all of this, the next thing is to sell. And when you're consistently attracting people into your world and you're nurturing them, the sales aspect becomes quite effortless. It doesn't become instantly effortless, but over time, like everything else. But when you're constantly attracting your ideal clients and you're nurturing them, the sales aspect becomes a lot easier than it is in your mind currently. This is what I'm talking about in my upcoming sales related event, Sales to Success, where I'm talking about what it really takes for a sales call to convert. It's not just on the call. You can do things during your nurture. You can do things even during your attract, but during your nurturing phase, you there are certain steps, there are certain actions that you can take that will help make sales really easy, make the yeses come a lot effortlessly. That is what I'm going to be talking about. It's from March 25th to 27th. You can find all the details in the show notes. So keep an eye out for it. But yeah, when your marketing is helping you, not just in attracting, but also nurturing, sales become quite easy. And yeah, that's like the second part of your uh, whole signing a client process. So when choosing your action steps, when figuring out how you should attract, how you should nurture, and what you should do to sign clients, keep in mind as to why you're doing it. See, you're amazing at your skills. You are very skilled and you know how to serve clients. You know exactly how to make their entire life or business feel like it got an overhaul, it got a makeover. So, when it comes to booking clients, if you just handle your marketing and sales with a little bit of effort and a little bit of skill, which I'm helping you with, you're going to be signing clients with a lot more ease. It's not going to happen somewhere in the future. It's going to start happening within the next 30 or 60 days. All right? And if marketing is feeling like it's manageable, but sales is where you're struggling, then my sales call success coming up on March 25th is the very thing that you need, because you will be shifting from I don't know how to sign clients, I don't know what I'm doing wrong, to yes, I got this client, because they no longer need to think about it. They no longer have money objections. They no longer ghost you after saying yes on the call. So let's solve the problem of your I don't know what I'm doing wrong on my sales calls over the 3 days in my sales call success. It is a 3-day event. You will learn what to do before the call, how to set up your sales process so that clients come in already like seeing themselves as being your client. And we'll be talking about what to do during the call, the exact shifts that turn a hesitant lead, the lead who decided that, yeah, I want to check her out, into saying, oh, this was the best decision. I want to say yes right here. And what to do after the call, like the follow up process that keeps all those people who were a little uncertain even after the call, which keeps them from ghosting without you having to chase, convince, or like whatever the stressful feeling that you're feeling without all of that. This is not a sales training. It's going to help you create the entire process that's going to make signing clients the easiest thing ever. And be live so that you can ask me questions so that you can specifically ask me your situations, and I can help you figure out what is happening and why the call did not convert for you. All right. So, and if you attend live, there's a sales call confidence cheat sheet which walks you through exactly how to handle a sales conversation. It is not a script, it is a cheat sheet of how you're going to, um, like, how you're going to conduct the whole sales call in such a way that feels good to you. There is no pushiness, there is no, there's no the doubt, the self doubt that you have, like, is this the right time to pitch? Should I pitch now? Should I pitch now? All of that will be gone. Just attend the lives, and this cheat sheet is yours. Next week is all about going into the action step, the nuances of the action steps. What can you do? We are actually getting closer to the meat. And yeah, that is all for now. Have a great rest of the week. Bye.